Staring at a blank IDE at 2 a.m., the cursor blinking like it's mocking you. Reading the same line of documentation for the 45th time. That feeling when your code should work, you've checked it 1,000 times, but it just doesn't. And you want to put your fist through the monitor. We've all been there. But what if I told you the switch from that frustration to that coding machine? Flow state isn't about genius-level intellect or memorizing every algorithm. It's about 3 foundational pillars, and honestly, one of them has nothing to do with code at all. Pillar 1, the machine's mindset. Before you write a single line, we need to talk about your headspace. The biggest bottleneck isn't your computer's RAM, it's the RAM between your ears. Here's a personal one. Early on, I'd start a project with this grand, beautiful vision in my head. The complete, polished, final product. I'd start coding the first feature, immediately get stuck on some tiny detail for the 5th feature that didn't exist yet, and the whole thing would collapse under its own imaginary weight. I'd feel like a failure because I couldn't build the whole cathedral in a day. That's the wrong fucking approach. Sorry, but it is. A coding machine thinks in modules, not monoliths. It doesn't build a car, it builds a reliable wheel, then a stable axle, then it connects them. See the difference? Your goal for any session should be so small it's almost laughable, like,
Today, I will make this button fetch data from this one API endpoint and log it to the console.
and that's it. You don't have to think.
I will build the entire user dashboard.
This does 2 things. First, it makes starting trivial. The barrier to entry is tiny. Second, and more importantly, every time you finish that tiny task, you get a hit of dopamine. You string enough of those together, and you build momentum. Pillar 2, the machine's toolbox. You wouldn't try to assemble an engine with a spoon. Then why try to build complex software with a chaotic process? Reliable output requires reliable systems. Mine is simple. Before I write any logic, I write comments. In plain English, I outline the steps. It looks stupid. It feels like you're wasting time, but it is the single most important habit I've ever built. Let's say I need a function to validate a user's form input. Then I'll break my task into something like this. By writing this, I'm not coding. I'm just translating English to Python. And the hard part, which is the logic, is already solved. This turns coding from a mystery into a translation exercise. Now, when your code breaks, and it will, the machine doesn't panic. It diagnoses. The print statement, or console.log, is your stethoscope. If a value isn't what you expect, don't just stare at the code. Print it at every damn step if you have to. I once spent an hour debugging a loop because I assumed a variable was a list. Well, it was a string. Your assumptions are your enemy. So, verify everything. And believe me, if you're not using Git, you're walking a tightrope without a net. It's not just for teams. The peace of mind of knowing you can completely screw up a file and just go back to the last working state is unparalleled. It allows you to experiment fearlessly. And fear is what kills the machine mentality. Pillar 3, the machine's fuel. A machine needs the right fuel. Garbage in, garbage out. Fuel 1, targeted learning. Don't just watch tutorial hell playlists. That's passive consumption. You learn by doing, by breaking. Have a goal, like, I need to connect my app to a database. Now, find specific resources for that. Read the official docs, even if they're dry. Skim a tutorial for the concept, then close it and try to implement it yourself. Fuel 2, steal like an artist. Read other people's code, not to copy-paste, but to reverse engineer. Go to GitHub. Find a project in your language that does something similar to what you want. Look at how they structured their files, how they named their variables, how they broke down their functions. You're not looking for code to steal, you're looking for patterns to absorb. Fuel 3, the body is part of the stack. I cannot code effectively when I'm sleep-deprived, living on caffeine, and haven't seen sunlight. Your brain is a physical organ. It needs rest, hydration, and movement. A 20-minute walk when you're stuck does more for debugging than bashing your head against the desk for 2 more hours. Seriously, the number of times I've solved a problem in the shower is embarrassing. Trust me, your subconscious needs space to work. So, pick one thing. The next time you sit down to code before you type a single function, write the comments. Just try it. See if it changes the friction, and one day you'll look up from your screen and realize 3 hours have passed. You built a thing. It works. And you didn't once feel the urge to throw your laptop out the window. And at the end, I just want to say,
please whatever.